All right, well, I thought we came out today very lethargic. I thought that was, the energy level was not even close to where it needed to be. I think you definitely could tell that their schedule has changed. It's been modified with the start of school, and with us being back on the field for the first time since Saturday, you could definitely tell that the energy level wasn't near what it should be. It wasn't to our standards. So picked up a little bit toward the end of practice, but not nothing like it needs to be. So we'll challenge them, and we'll see how we come out tomorrow. Overall we got some decent work in. Again, just nothing to our standard. Very disappointed in that, but that happens at times. Our guys are going to respond as they always do. So I'm excited to get back out on that field tomorrow, get in that film room tonight as we started working and start looking a little bit at Eastern Illinois. With that, I'll open up for questions.
Raise your hand, we'll get a mic for you.
Just as far as the film of the scrimmage, did it show anything that wasn't apparent to you last Saturday?
Well, it's never as good as it seems. It's never as bad as it seems. I walked off the field Saturday just okay. After watching the film, I was impressed with some areas. I thought that some of our young linebackers did some decent things. I was not impressed with our overall tackling. I thought that's an area that we took a step back in for whatever reason. We played a lot more younger players. We held Dre and limited Scooter a little bit in the scrimmage, and that was by design. But there were some good things after watching it, but definitely things we got to continue to get better at. I know I talked a little bit about the little things on and off the field, and just some of the small things that's got to improve. I thought we did some good things. I think Austin Capps keeps coming along. He's progressing very well right now. I'm really proud of him and where he's at. It's great to see Dalton Wagner back out there today. Hopefully we'll get him back in the next couple weeks to 10 days. But overall, for the second scrimmage, I thought there were some good things and some bad things.
Coach, any update after watching the film, quarterbacks and deciding on a starter, and also Jeremy Patton, when do you think he beats that?
Jeremy was out there today. He was in green today and running around and went through probably the first 3 or 4 periods of practice. And then we pulled him back out and let him work on some conditioning, so we're slowly bringing him back in. I anticipate him being fully go for next week, hopefully. Quarterback-wise, each one continues to bring different things, good and bad. And, consistency is the key we're looking for right here. But we're no further really ahead right now than we were Saturday. I thought today's practice, I was really hoping that one of them would help pick the energy level up and really kind of take over a little bit more. But that didn't happen like I wanted it to. But that's okay. It's a great teaching moment.
I just wanted to ask a couple of things about special teams. What kind of camp did Connor Limpertz have?
He was 2 for 2 today, again, in some live situations. We actually had to had a 2-minute drill right here at the end and had to drive the length of the field and down by 1 and kick a field goal and did some good things there. I think that he has come on as of probably about the last 6 or 7 practices. We've had some live situations in our scrimmages, probably more live in scrimmage and field goal than we anticipated, and that was by design. And I've been pleased with him. So Connor's coming on. Again, consistency in critical moments is what the whole thing's about.
And Blake, how's he doing?
Yeah, I thought, and I said this. I think we talked a little bit Saturday. I thought Blake punted as good as I've seen him since I've been here. Saturday, both he and Reed both punted extremely well. That was as good a live punting that I've seen with him. So again, the consistency is his challenge. Can we do that tomorrow when we're in a live punt session? We'll see. But again, consistency with Blake and Reed both. I think there's a good competition going on right there.
Yeah, I think you said at your golf tournament you really need some special teams to excel. Maybe because you guys maybe are lacking some other areas. Based on what you've seen, do you feel that you guys can have good coverage teams or good return teams or whatever that's going to take?
Well, I know you talk to Barry and Barry Lunny, and it's all about we're going to have the best punt team. So it's each coach that's responsible for each unit wants to have the best unit possible. But we need at least 3 units to be in the top in our league. at the top, and tops in the country, in the top 10, top 15. That's an area I've challenged the entire staff at. Now, whatever area, whatever three that is, whether it's punt return, whether it's kickoff or kickoff return, it'll be unique to see how, with the new rule change with the kickoff return, how that's going to really affect the game and affect the overall kind of that unit, and see how it's usually one of the more exciting plays in football, but now with the ability to fair catch, what is that going to do? I don't know that answer just yet, but we've challenged it. We need at least 3 units to really rise this year.
Do you think, what did Randy Ramsey look like today, and you feel good about your DN depth going in next week?
I do, and I think Randy's going to be fine. Today was strictly set up for Randy and conditioning and running and doing some drill work, and we had him in yellow today just to see how he would feel. We anticipate him getting back, hopefully, hope to have him back out on practice, or at least in a green tomorrow, but if not, maybe by Friday for sure.
And then the 2-minute drill that you referenced with the winning field goal, was that good versus good? Who was the quarterback? Did both guys?
Yeah, it was good versus good, and Cole was the quarterback, and it was a good versus good session. It was not a live session, so it was a quick whistle session. So if they had broken through, I'd have blown the whistle pretty quick. But Cole was the quarterback and did a good job leading them down the field and working the sidelines and setting up the field goal.
I know he had anything on his back. I'm asking about special teams because I'm working on one there, but do you know who your return guys are going to be? I mean, obviously Warren was a big guy last year. Jared's got experience.
Yeah.
Who do you like as your return guys?
Well, definitely Davion. I mean, I think he's proven to be very electric back there. I think last year proved that. I think he had an opportunity to return several last year and did some good things. So I'm anticipating watching him in a true live action, live setting. And then Jared has fielded a lot of our punts during camp and very consistent. So those are 2 of our main guys right there. I know that we've had several others back there. I know Nate Dalton and Britt O'Tutt has been back there. We've also, I think Mike Woods has worked some back there. So we'll see how that works.
Nobody notices the holder of the snapper unless they mess something up. I think you got new guys in those spots. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I do. And, I know that Jack Lindsay's done a great job. I mean, we had to handle one today in a 2-minute situation. It was a low snap, a bad snap. He had to get it up and get it on the ground to kick it through. So, Jack's really taken a lot of pride in that. And, he allows us to do several things back there being a quarterback as well. So we'll continue to push those guys and see, and we got great battle going on in our deep snapper, and we'll just keep working those guys.
Where are you guys at wide receivers right now? Who's emerging, and also Gary Cross, I thought he was yellow today.
Yeah, Gary was nursing a tight hamstring today. Actually, it happened before the scrimmage last week, and wide receiver, Petway. Again, it really hasn't changed a whole lot. Tobias Enlow has had a good camp, Jordan Jones is another who's had a good camp. Jonathan Nance is really emerging more and more every day. I'm glad to see that. Jared Cornelius obviously being the experienced guy, Davion Warren being that electric guy, trying to get the ball to it out in the flats and see what he can do with the ball in space. Tyson Morris is a guy that's really and he's just silently gotten better, and just continues. He makes plays out on the field, so I've been very, very pleased with him. But again, there's really going into this first game. It'll be hard to tell right now. I'll narrow it down a little bit more probably later in the week. How many will truly play. That's yet to be determined. But he'd like to take 6 or 7 of those guys in.
As far as your top guy kicking off, would it be Connor or who's that?
Yeah, right now it's Connor. I mean, we're working him, and obviously he and Preston both are kicking in practice.
Connor, he was 8 of 9 last year. He hit that clutch one against Ole Miss. I mean, I guess you come in, everybody's got a clean slate, but how much does that mean to you? The guy's got a bit of a track record in games.
Yeah, anytime you have a guy like that that's been experienced, I mean, he's already been in the battle. You have a tendency to lean on a guy like that a little bit more because he's gone through it. So, you know, we've challenged him with just being consistent and more consistent in everything and the way he approaches every day. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see what he can continue to do.
And I know, you know, that everybody wants guys to stay safe, and the kickoff is such a violent play, I guess you'd say. Do you think it might get legislated out of, I mean, the kickoffs, it's an exciting play, it's a dangerous play. You think they might eventually just legislate it out and just give somebody the ball at 25?
You know, I don't know. I don't know what's going to take place over the next, 5 to 8 years in that kickoff and kickoff return unit. But, you know, obviously it's all about the player safety. That's the first and foremost, what you're looking for. And I know the NFL's changed their rule now that college has changed their rule as well. And some states, high schools changed their rule. So I think there's always going to continue to be a study. And I think you'll see a study for several years on the effects of this kickoff and kickoff return rule and see if it's changed. And then I think at that point you'll either see them move forward or they'll keep enforcing this rule. So I don't know. I just think that our game is consistently changing or continuing to change.
Yeah, you got on the running back Saturday. What do they look like today?
I think overall it was just okay today. I mean, nothing great. But again, I'm not just talking about the running backs. I'm just talking about in general in practice. I think they saw themselves Saturday, and then they definitely picked it up toward the end. But again, overall today, just the overall energy level and just the ability of flying around and the retention level, it was just, you could tell that their schedule has changed. And I've been doing this long enough that this day was coming. You know it's coming. You prepare for it and use it as a teaching moment.
It was hard to identify without their numbers, but I think I saw Andrew Parker, Grayson Gunner in yellow today. Could you provide an update on those guys?
Yeah, Andrew has a tightness in his hamstring that happened last Thursday, and Grayson Gunner has a ankle sprain, which he should be back hopefully next week, and that happened Saturday in the scrimmage. So, and he's had a great camp, by the way.
That's my bad.
I forgot to ask this earlier. Yeah. Some teams have used punters as holders or receivers. You alluded to having a quarterback, kind of old school. Yeah. How good is that? You can run obviously trick plays and things like that with a quarterback. How good is that to have a quarterback as your holder?
Well, first of all, when you talk about Jack Lindsey, I mean, this is a young man that's had a good spring at quarterback, and he's got great hands. He's a part of this football team, and to get him on the field and that position as a holder or someone that takes unbelievable pride in that position, we're excited about it. And he definitely allows us to do several different things back there. And so, Blake Johnson's the other holder. He'll be the backup holder, but I've seen enough out of Jack that's impressed me, and especially dealing with some snaps that are here, high or low, or on the ground, and he's having to deal with them through drill work, and so he's done a great job with that.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.